Sup. Alright. So, been working on something pretty cool. So first of all, this is definitely something out of the ordinary. You guys don't see this shit every day, but so let's just start with like what the goal of this mod is. So it's not EX, even though for now it's using EX characters and balance and such. That's just the base point here. But the goal here is to create something more fluid, more team-based, I guess. You know, so I'm trying to encourage people to have some fun with this shit. So basically, here's like the primary mechanic is this right here. So every character, the idea anyways, is every character gets a free DHC. So basically, you have one bar, and you can super, and then you can DHC again for no bars. And the DHC does nothing, as you can see. They just do a little taunt, and then you can come in and do a mix-up or extend a combo that way. Now you can actually DHC to your anchor by doing it twice during this frame here. So the idea is that your anchor is a lot more involved in your team, and you know, you're not just DHCing from point to mid for damage or whatever. So you can put Doctor Strange wherever you want and still get something out of it. Let's do something super simple for you guys. See what I'm saying? So the potential for more team building. So that's one idea. Also, the other idea is to buff team hyper combos, so that everyone also has a really legit team hyper combo. And the way it works is it's the same thing as DHC, except you need 2 bars, and your point character does nothing. Right, so that's that. You could put in Doom, do the same thing. Pretty cool, huh? So those are like the 2 main mechanics, but there's a lot of other things I'm looking at adjusting too, just because I think it would be fun to create something new. So let's just start from the top here. Try to make the text super big so you guys can see this. Let's just do that for now. So no mashable normals. There's no standing light or crouching light mashable buttons. And on top of that, every character can combo all their buttons, standing, crouching, LMHS. So, you know, previously Magneto couldn't do that, for example. Same with Doctor Strange. Doctor Doom too. Though he has kind of a problem with that, but anyways. So that's the main thing. So basically, I'm trying to force people to not like mash a button to anti-air, right? Like especially like Nova, Spencer, Magneto. They're like the worst. So on hit, it doesn't combo. But obviously the balance there is that you can hit confirm with all your buttons. So some characters can only hit confirm with like 2 or 3 buttons, right, into S. But now you can actually do some cool shit, I guess. So that's the basics for that. All special moves, or sorry, not specials, but the special buttons, standing special, jumping special, they're all special cancelable on hit, block, whiff. So the S button is basically a normal now, which I know talking about Marvel Infinite is like, you know, not cool right now, but basically launchers are no longer treated like some special, you know, thing, some mystical thing that can't be canceled. So you also don't have to Tiger Knee a special, also if you hit someone. I might as well turn inputs on for you guys. Yeah, so the S button is just a normal now, you know. So now when they block this shit, you can actually continue pressure instead of being totally screwed. Because some characters obviously have really good launchers and some are bad, like Doctor Strange. And yeah, we'll go over those tags later. So there's that, which is cool. I'm just a fan of having the S button be more accessible. So yeah. Here's a big one. The Plink dash no longer option selects. Neither do dive kicks or other down command normals like helm breakers. So let me apply that real quick. Let's just do this. Alright. So I'm Plink dashing. You see my inputs, how I'm plinking it perfectly. I was able to get a throw there. That's actually the first time I've ever had that happen. But yeah, the throw hitbox is it's not gone. It's still there. It just doesn't appear in the Plink window anymore. And this is again to make the game a little more, not fair, obviously, because there's a lot of cheap shit I'm adding, but I guess for a character like Magneto who could fly around and every one of these inputs is a throw, I thought was a little too, like, I like it in the original game, but for this mod I'm trying to, like, you know, create something different out of it. So there's that. So basically you can't just option select your normals. Now I know people are thinking, well, what about Hulk, who would just do, you know, stand H at round start. So the hitbox, or the hitbox window for the throw is no longer 1 frame, it's actually 3 frames now. Which means at round start, when you're doing your Plink dash and they're mashing their button, you know, they're not going to get that really strong option select. It's not as strong. So Hulk may actually get a buff in that regard because he can just hit H. So again, this stuff is all kind of in flux, but that's the direction I'm going with. Multi-hitting air overheads removed and changed to mids, so like zero pizza cutter, Morgan shell kick. That's not necessarily going to be true, because the way that Marvel Infinite deals with it now is it has only the first hit is the overhead, and then the rest of them coming after that are mids, which I think is just a nice idea, because I don't know, there's some buttons that are really stupid that can't be totally changed, but some properties can be. And then all air attacks can be dash canceled. So Thor actually could not dash cancel his moves, but now he can. See, he can, you know, HH now. Right, which is cool. Just show you mid-screen. Something like that. Right. So it's not, it's no longer exclusive just to certain characters, which is cool. Just skip this because this is still being worked on, so ignore all that stuff for now. Grabs remove red health, snapbacks remove red health. This is stuff I'm still not sure on, but the idea is in the game anyways, or it's in the mod I should say, but turn that off. So you can throw them and it removes red health. There's a couple reasons why I wanted to go that direction, because now when you hard tag, you actually don't remove red health either, so you can actually hard tag and you don't lose red health anymore. So, you know, not only can you get these DHCs, you can also like hard tag out of it and stuff, and have more freedom in your game. So basically, if hard tags are getting buffed in that regard, you know, you don't lose red health, then there's not really any way to remove red health So that's kind of why I have throws in here. And with the option select nerf, I think it might work out, but yeah, further testing needed to see if that's even a good thing or not. Snapbacks removed out of health too. Let's have them not block. Because when you incoming now, you don't lose red health either, which I'm probably going to change that. So if you, basically if you kill a character and they come in and they have a shitload of red health, they don't lose it all, but that's probably going to change. So anyway, snapbacks now. So if you do like a big combo to a character and you don't want them to heal up, you know, I don't know why I can't do a magneto combo, but yeah. Anyways, you get the idea. We'll see if that if that mechanic remains in there. So I am working on getting short hops, short double jumps added. There are some technical things I need to work out to make it work. Basically, I want to allow directional influence, like infinite, so that you can move around in the air easier. You already can kind of directionally influence your super jump just a little bit, but not very much. So if I were to super jump forward and hold forward, I move farther than if I super jump in and hold back. But I'm trying to introduce more of that, especially for holding down and being able to kind of, you know, short hop it a little bit. Alright, so let's get to the meat. So this mod is going to have no TACs, period. Meaning you can't even execute a TAC at all. So the whole meta behind TACing and breaking TACs is just gone entirely. But that's because DHCs are super buff, like I was showing you guys at the beginning. And so yeah, you can DHC all the way to the back if you wanted to. Yeah, and obviously assists are still part of the game, of course. Some super whack combo. But yeah, so I was able to hard tag there, DHC, do all kinds of crazy shit. So like really inefficient combos like this can now suddenly be really, really good for your setups. So you get the idea, right? So the whole team hyper combo thing, as you just saw there, definitely does affect Strange in that you can't just, you know, do that knockdown into THC because he no longer does Spell of Ashani. But I think it's a nice trade-off because you obviously get to use it in neutral. So I think that's a nice little compromise there. So yeah, DHCs are free, they cost no meter to perform. The input is quarter circle forward, attack, attack. So it's a free form where the partner comes in into neutral stance, and obviously the same rules of DHC apply. This is pretty important. So you can't have an assist out and DHC, right? You still have to have you know, your partner mechanics intact there. And yeah, of course you can DHC all the way through to the anchor if you want, and that's about it. And that's the biggest mechanic going on. I see you, Cav. Alright, so let's talk about alpha counters, one of the weaker things in the game. Oh god, why is it slow? Ah, it's lagging. Sorry, guys. Hmm. 30 FPS. Serious? Yeah, I don't know why this is ridiculous right now. Well, that just broke my rhythm. Let's just restart the game. But yeah, let's talk about the next thing, anyways. So alpha counters, probably one of the weaker mechanics implemented. The problem with that is it's based on your assist. So obviously, the only really good alpha counters in the games are like DPs. But the problem with that is you're not putting a DP for your neutral assist. So let's just go over how this all works again. Alright, so let's set that recording up again, blah blah blah, record. Alright, so there's a little simple little string. Whoops. So the way alpha counters work now is that's not even the best block string there is. Let me do this again. That should be better. Yeah, so basically you now just come in and do nothing, and then you can punish if you want to. So offensive options obviously got really strong with the DHC, so I buffed some defensive options so that you can potentially punish better. But the thing is that you're not invulnerable during this. So let's set up an example here. That's not a good one. Let's try this one. Yeah. So you can frame trap the alpha counter too, of course. You know, you have to hold that shit. See? I'm like. So it's not totally free, but it's obviously really good. So you kind of have to respect your opponent's block strings, but at the same time you don't, you know. And of course you can layer it with assists too, you know, jam session, missiles, etc. But yeah, again, this is all related to getting your team more involved. So you have the free DHC system, and you have the alpha counter system, so that, you know, you can make a team with whatever you want, and every character would have this, which I think is cool. And so the freeform team hyper combo, point character burns 2 to 3 bars. So right now there is kind of a downside, where if you team hyper combo with 1 bar, you do nothing. So there's really no way around that to make this work. So Oh, I should bring in, let me bring in Dr. Doom and show you what he can at least do with this. Okay. So yeah, he can do the, you know, whoops. He can do missiles. And then cancel it like that, which is interesting. So that's kind of like Dr. Doom related. Some characters probably do get a bit of a nerf in that regard, but again, you're compensated because you only need 1 bar to switch characters and extend combos, and you'd be saving your 2 bars for the team hyper combo instead. And let me show you guys that 2-bar combo thing. So here's team hyper combo, 2 bars, 1 character comes out and you do nothing. With 3 bars, excuse me, I've been kind of sick, but yeah, anyways. If you have 3 bars, same shit, except your anchor comes in. And yeah, you can always hard tag and then get more abilities there too. So now assist can be called from super jump height at any time. So you no longer need to jump, fly, dash around and call an assist. You can actually just super jump and call an assist. Now what this means is you can actually do an air combo now, and you can call the assist while you're up there if you wanted to. See? So way more free form based. So yeah, and the reason why I did that is because some characters with flight only can really take advantage of this, where they can fly around, call an assist, and that's a little unfair. I mean, unfair in my eyes. I mean, in regular Marvel 3, it's awesome that those characters have that, but I'm trying to create something different. So anyway, so Doctor Strange now can super jump, fly, call an assist, teleport. Yeah, so basically no roll restrictions in that one, which is pretty sweet. So X-23 now can like super jump and do her little, you know, cross the screen move and shit and call assists and get something out of it. And there's a lot of characters in the game who have to super jump to avoid things like Zero and Morgan, and they're actually helpless, like Ryu. You know, he's totally helpless up there. So this allows him to get up there and call an assist if he wants. So you guys have been seeing the hard tag buff. So here's the breakdown. Hard tags are 8 frames and 1 frame of recovery, but they have no attack hitbox, period. So when you come in, it doesn't do the overhead. See, they just kind of fly in like that. But it's really fast. But here's a downside. When you hard tag, your original point character are now exposed and can be attacked. So in the original game, say someone was gonna do like a super and you hard tagged, you would actually, the character hard tagging would be saved and your next character coming in would get hit or whatever. But that was, in the old game, that was an ideal way to kind of tag when someone was zoning full screen because they wouldn't get punished. But as you just saw, now if you hard tag, your character that's tagging out can get happy birthday. And both characters can get happy birthday. So even when you hard tag, you're vulnerable. So yeah, so with the hard tag buff, there's a lot more synergy that you can do. For example, I showed this little combo where you can hard tag in or whatever. I mean, you could basically experiment like crazy, which is kind of cool. But yeah, there's more punishment now when you try to avoid zoning and your character tagging out gets hit, which was never possible in the other game. So there is some balance there, that's what I'm trying to do. let's go on to the next. And yeah, like I was saying before, hard tags they no longer remove red health. So when you do that Team Nemo combo where you're tagging in a character, yeah, you're not sacrificing half your health or whatever. So you can see they don't lose red health now. Yeah, so you can get really wild, which is pretty tight. Alright, so for defense, let's talk about some defense. The throw escape looping, I actually haven't added that in, but basically I'm going to make it so at round start you can't just mash throw. You know, there's going to be some kind of sequencing where the characters, you know, they kind of run away from each other, sort of like Infinite if you played that game. Push block, super push block. So what this is it costs 1 bar, it removes red health, and you can do it during block stun, and you instantly exit block stun. So let's set that recording up again. Oops. Just make sure that's it. So what this means is if you want to spend the meter, you can exit block stun much faster, but just like the alpha counter, there are some risks. Right? That's not what I wanted. And it works in the air too, which is obviously really important. So the original idea was I was trying to make alpha counters doable in the air, but there were things I could not actually solve. So this was a solution to basically, let's create something better than this. I don't know, just something stupid, right? I don't even know what that's gonna do, but call the assist. So yeah, you can, like, if someone calls jam session, for example, you know, you're trapped in the corner, you know, you can exit it, but you see how I'm getting hit there because there's still meaty things on the screen. So it's a little something extra you can use, but you see how you lose the red health. And the reason why I did that is because, again, I want to encourage alpha counters to be used. One sec, guys. Yeah, because I want alpha counters to be your main tool. The problem is you can only do that on the ground. So I had to give you guys an air option too. And so the fact that it removes red health is part of the risk associated with that. And again, because you don't lose red health when you hard tag, that's another reason why I did that. So that's a reason. That's my reasoning. So I already showed this. When you income after a character dies, or when you're snapped in, you no longer lose the health. Question mark, because that might change actually. I actually think it's a good thing when a character dies and then they come in and lose red health. That's like, you should be rewarded for that, I believe. So right now that's how the mechanic works, but that's I'm probably gonna change that. But anyways, this stuff has not been implemented, so let's just ignore that for now. Yeah, let's ignore all that stuff. And yeah, I mean, that's mostly it for the things that I like in any case. So hope you guys like that. So I totally imagine some really cool combos coming out of this. There were a couple other ideas I was trying to do too, such as being able to call assist during specials, but don't quite got that one yet. And yeah, Doctor Strange, he's pretty cool. You can do shit like that now. Try to complete a combo for you guys. Yeah, definitely trying to incorporate all the cool shit I like and none of the dumb stuff. And I actually gave Thor a new button. It's upper attack. That's actually from his up TAC. Totally fucked that up. Been playing too much Dragon Ball. Yeah, way too much Dragon Ball. Yeah, I know how to affect camera angles. Actually, the DHC is a custom camera angle because it's a custom super. So yeah, again about the DHC thing, this actually means you can't just. So let me show you an example. You can't actually super like a normal combo. Like you can't just do this and then spill of a shanty. But what you can do is you can still do something like that. It's the same thing. What you do is you do the free DHC, wait, and then super right there. You can keep going back and forth as long as you have meter, which is tight. Yeah, Frank is going to be good. And you can just level up for 1 bar. So again, this is just like preliminary testing. This is just to see if I could even do this. And now that I know that I can, I'm probably going to rebalance a lot of things because of how dumb this is. Dumb in a good way, of course. But yeah. Hope you guys are enjoying this. if I can make something cool. Maybe, maybe not. I like this combo though. Yeah, I wanted to give Thor a new air normal because his only H is this button, which is good. But you know what this means is you can now Plink dash up directions in the air, because you can't actually Plink dash with the H button because it cancels flight. But now you can do up Plink if you want. Though it doesn't matter anymore because of the option select. But yeah, you guys need to hear this song real quick. Let me just pump it up. Sounds different from my end, so yeah. There is no name. This is my song. I made this. Yeah, that's about it. Just wanted to give you guys a little throw you guys a little bone there, because I know I haven't streamed in a minute. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I gotta go eat some dinner, so I'm gonna cut the shit off. Yeah, hope maybe I'll stream again. In terms of an ETA on when this would be released, there is no ETA because there's still a lot of things I need to work on here. But yeah, I appreciate any kind of feedback you guys can send my way. I'd be happy to discuss with you in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe, though I'm not a shill, so do whatever you want. Thanks, guys.